Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the first Q&A on my channel ever, I think. I've got my iced coffee here, which is no longer iced. I went to a coffee shop earlier today to do some work because the weather has been so nice, as we all know. And it's just so much more motivating for me to go out and do work rather than just staying at home all week. I went, and everyone knows that I drink my drinks very slowly. So by the time I left the shop and got home, and since it's hot out, all the ice melted. Persia is here to join us. I didn't really realize she's in here. Mommy locked you in the room with her, but it's all good. She threw up her breakfast this morning, so that's lovely. But anyways, let's kind of get into the video. I don't want this to drag out for too long. So I asked you guys to ask me questions on my Instagram. So if you're not following me there, make sure you do. And let's just kind of get right into it. So first question is, how is the new house? For those of you who are new here, who don't know, me and my husband recently moved from our apartment into our first house/condo. So we've been in here for over a month, and alhamdulillah, it's definitely gotten so much better, with just things being put away. And we've done some renovations to it. We painted the whole house basically just by ourselves, and we basically redid the whole kitchen. So everything I would say that's major is close to done. I'm a very, very organized type A person, so to know that things didn't have a house or a home before was kind of driving me insane. We're slowly furnishing the place. If you guys are enjoying all the home renovation, house organization videos, then let me know, and I can definitely post more of those because there's so much more to be done. The next question, which we'll just get into the more interesting ones. What is your job? And how do you balance YouTube and working? So a few months ago, I think uploaded a video titled My YouTube Journey, which kind of dives very into detail into this. My job is a social media manager and digital marketer. I'm a freelancer, so I work for myself. I have my own digital marketing, social media management business. So I have currently honestly just two main clients. I balance the social media management with YouTube and content creation. And to be honest with you guys, I am thinking about kind of expanding the business and bringing on a few more clients. I just think that with me moving and with Ramadan, the start of the year was really hectic. It was always my goal to have more than 2 clients. I really love it. It's been something that I've had to teach myself everything because I personally don't know anyone else who does this, especially as a freelancer. I could work for an agency. There's many different ways to do this field, but I kind of just wanted to have my own flexibility and set my own rules and everything. And if you watch my other video, I talked about what I was doing before social media management and how I kind of decided to make that switch over. How do you balance YouTube and my job? So since I work part-time as a social media manager and part-time as a YouTuber/content creator, it kind of balances out as full-time. Some weeks are definitely harder than others, especially when my clients have a lot more needs and I have more work to do. I will say, just to be honest with you guys, that I have been rethinking some things when it comes to content creation and just kind of thinking more long-term. Is it what I want to do forever? I think out of TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube is definitely my favorite, so I don't think I'm going anywhere with that. I don't know. I just don't really know how I feel about the short form content. It was never something that I wanted to do full time or have it be the majority of my content creation, but it's more so about getting discovered and staying, I don't like to use the word relevant, but just kind of getting people to know me through those platforms as well, because I think most people in our generation prefer short form content, and I'm one of the people that prefers long form content. I love watching vloggers and podcast people. Yeah, I'm kind of sorting through that right now. If you guys are interested in any social media management or digital marketing stuff, advice on that, what a day in my life looks like doing that side of my work, definitely comment down below and let me know, because I've always thought about doing a day in my life as a social media manager. Next question, I've been sitting here trying to figure out what my answer is. I don't have a singular answer to it. The question is, what's been your favorite thing so far on the social media journey? And so again, if you watch that video, my YouTube journey, it talks more about this. But I feel like just rediscovering my creativity and what truly lights my fire. But like, to name a few specific things, I think reaching new goals or achievements, like when I reached 1,000 subscribers, that was a very proud moment for myself because it's really not that easy to grow on YouTube. So just like seeing that 1,000 people wanted to support me is kind of crazy. And even just thinking about it now that I'm almost at like 2,000 subscribers, I'm like, I don't really like comprehend that number. And I know that there's creators that have like literally so many more followers and subscribers than that, but still, I'm just a small town girl from Ohio, so it's kind of cool. I also think one of my favorite things is like the community aspect and connecting with my subscribers and meeting them in person. I just feel very warm and fuzzy when people are inspired by me and engage with my content. Even my current friends, I feel like they've gotten to know me better by seeing my like everyday routines and my interests and all of that. Next question is, what makes you feel genuinely happy? And this is such a like, this can be a really deep question or it cannot be. When I first saw this question, I've been thinking about it for the past few days, trying to come up with like a very philosophical answer. And to be honest with you guys, when I think about what makes me happy, but a perfect day makes me happy. For example, when the weather is sunny, when it's a blue sky, when it's 75 degrees, and when I have like a few things lined up. So like, especially just the summertime, going to a coffee shop and doing work, like that makes me genuinely happy. Going on walks with my husband makes me genuinely happy. Cooking a good meal, like I'm not that complicated. You guys know that I really love to romanticize my everyday life. Also like, a little deeper than that is when I feel balanced in each area of my life, like socially, work-wise, religiously, family-wise, like when all of those areas I feel like are being taken care of and I'm taking care of myself, that's when I feel the happiest. I don't know if you guys have noticed Persia in the background. She wants to join us for this video. She's literally mommy's shadow. We have been thinking about getting her a sibling, but we're also just so busy right now and I just want to do what's best for her. I want her to feel happy. I feel like sometimes she shows signs of loneliness, but at the same time she loves like being an only child and loves attention from her mom and dad. If anyone has suggestions on whether or not to get a second cat, let me know. The next question is, when did you put on the hijab? I don't think I've really spoken much about hijab, but maybe to some people this is a long time, but I think for a lot of people it's not. I actually only put it on a little over 2 years ago. So it was my senior year of college. Yeah, I really haven't looked back since. A few months prior to putting it on, I just felt like an inclination in my heart that I really wanted to wear it. Honestly, like growing up, I never knew if I would wear it. I think that just like in the culture I was raised in and the area I was raised in, like some people wore it, some people didn't. I think the most important thing to me growing up and like still now is your intentions and if you're a good person. Yeah, I think just growing up and once I went to college, I met a lot of different people and Muslims from different cultures, and a lot of my friends wore it, so I got like a little more exposed. Yeah, I just kind of understood that like this is an obligation for God and it's something that I just wanted to do to please him. And I also just like saw myself wearing it and I actually felt beautiful wearing it. So yeah, I've been wanting to make a video like just solely on hijab and like my hijab journey. So again, if that's something you guys want, let me know and I can put that out soon in the future. On a similar note, what is your favorite store to shop for modest outfits? So I'm gonna be honest, I feel like even before, honestly, the whole genocide started going on in Gaza, I really wasn't a huge shopper at like large retail fashion places, and I feel like especially since everything has gone on and we've just seen who is investing in these large retail fast fashion brands, it's just really turned me off from shopping at these places. And so like my answer would have been, you know, H&M, Zara. I feel like even when I did shop at those places, they didn't always have great items. It was just kind of like what's in season in those stores, if that makes sense. You guys already know this if you watch my videos. I am such a thriftaholic. I love to thrift shop this button down, for example, is thrifted, and I actually find a lot of great modest pieces at the thrift store. You just have to know how to thrift shop and what to look for and how to tell if it's good quality or not. Like, obviously there are a lot of great modest fashion brands that exist, but I just feel like sometimes I don't really like the styles. Sometimes they're like way overpriced, and also I kind of like to be unique in my style, and I feel like there's only so many brands, and if all the Muslim girls are shopping at those brands, like, we're all gonna look the same. Oh, I love Uniqlo and Muji. I believe they're both. Maybe one is a Korean brand and then the other is Japanese. I saw those stores in person when I went to New York, and they have so many like modest pieces and like loose fitting pieces, and they just seem really good for like basic essentials, so I love that. I do like Aritzia for like high quality basics, especially like trousers and work pants. Okay, this is the juicy one. Advice for finding a man. Now, I am not the expert. Obviously, I've only really done it once. There's a few things, and I feel like it's a little more complicated and not as like satisfying of an answer as maybe you want it to be. I just feel like the most important thing is to know yourself and to be in the right stage of life before you even kind of start searching for a man. So I feel like, you know, if you're in high school or like early in college, maybe wait a few years because you're still figuring yourself out. I just think you really have to know what your interests are, what you see for yourself in your future, and also be like so confident in yourself and be like so okay being alone. I feel like one of the number one things I see with the gals is that they think a man will complete them, or they think that a man will be like the solution to their sadness and their loneliness. As we all have probably heard before, like, you need to be whole before, you know, you can love someone or let someone love you. You don't want to like enter a relationship when you have like all these problems, because being in a relationship is just going to complicate everything. So before you even like want to search for a man, just like do a lot of self-work, a lot of self-love, a lot of self-care. Figure out what you want for yourself in the future and what you would want in your man. It's not like I waited until later in life to get married. I got married when I was literally just turned 22. But I feel like I've always had a mature personality and mindset, and I have just hung out with a lot of like people who are older than me. I have an older sister, so I got a lot of advice from her and my mom. I also just feel like for actually finding a man, this is so silly, but literally someone told me this, that like the moment you kind of stop looking for one, like one will come to you. And I don't think that's necessarily like true every single time, but I think it's the idea that if you just like work on yourself, you're going to kind of like attract things towards you versus just kind of being desperate, putting yourself out there only to kind of search for other people, if you know what I mean. And I think another obvious answer, another cliche answer, is making a lot of prayer or dua if you're Muslim. Getting married is a very like spiritual thing in our religion. Like, we say it completes half of your deen or half of your faith. So I just feel like making lots of dua about it. And I'll go even like deeper than that. I think that means specifically asking God, you know, when the time is right for me, when like you are all wise, like when you know I'm ready for this, please put something in my life, give it to me when I'm ready, and make it what's right for me, rather than, you know, if you have someone in mind, like, you know, you don't necessarily know they're right for you. So I just feel like from my experience, that's what I don't even know how to say, like, helped the most. But again, I just feel like not being too desperate, because like, let's say you shoot your shot and you're like in a desperate state and you just feel like this person will complete your life, and then you get turned down, like, you are going to crumble. You're going to have to start from zero again. Also would recommend, like, this is such a fine balance, but like just the right amount of putting yourself out there, but not like making it what your whole entire being is about. I know some people will say, like, you know, ask around for me, like they'll ask their moms or their aunties or their friends to ask around, but I would be very careful in who you share that information with. I feel like only trusted family members or friends know you the best. So it all goes back to knowing yourself really well and trusting in God's plan and timing, having very high standards, knowing what you want in a person. Also, another thing to mention, which is like related to the question, is like, how do I know what to look for in a man? I feel like this angle changed. I feel like I'm a pretty like visual learner, so maybe looking at the relationships in your life, like either your parents, your siblings, your cousins, your friends, and observing what you like about that relationship and what you don't like and what you can see working for yourself in the future. The next question is kind of funny. Who is the artist of the summer? And you guys, for the past 3 summers, the artist of the summer has been Thames. If you guys don't know who Thames is, go listen. I specifically only play her when the weather hits 70 degrees. Every song is fire, the beats are fire. She's so unique, her vocals are so great, so Thames is the artist of the summer and probably will be forever. The last question is, who inspires you? I don't think there is one singular person that inspires me, but you know, alhamdulillah, I can say that all the close people in my life inspire me, like all of my family members and all of my close friends. I don't really look up to any like celebrities or, you know, people like that. You know, my mom inspires me and she always has, to be like a very confident person. I feel like I get my confidence from her because from a very young age she instilled in me and all of my sisters, you just have to stand up for yourself. You need to do you. If anyone is looking at you funny, it's because they're insecure about their own selves. I feel like my dad inspires me so much too, with just like his work ethic, where he came from and where he got to today. Obviously, both my parents were born overseas and they've built like such a beautiful life for themselves, and so it just inspires me, like at this young age, to work hard. My husband inspires me too on the daily basis. Like if I'm ever having a low moment, like he's the one who'll uplift me and give me the advice. Like he knows me so well and knows how to like push me out of that rut. I can like keep going on and on and on, but I just feel like alhamdulillah, I've surrounded myself with like a lot of inspiring people. And you know, the cliche saying that like you are who your 5 closest friends are, or the closest people in your life are, and that's so true. Yeah guys, I hope this didn't turn out too long. I really enjoyed reading your questions and answering them. I'm pretty sure I got through all of them. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments and I can definitely do more on a specific topic or whatever it is. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.